What would you say we're not doing at the moment because we're part of the UK?
All sorts of things. So if I was to start in the field of asylum and immigration, obviously the biggest change that we've seen has been the loss of free movement rights. Just now we could have been welcoming all the workers that we need to see us through the rest of this crisis, but there have been formidable obstacles put in the way of that, and the workers that we need to dig ourselves out of the economic challenges that lie ahead as well. And of course it infringes on our rights and the people of our country to go and travel and live and work and have a family in other parts of Europe as well. The rest of the immigration system, similarly, we can't design or tailor for our own needs, and it's safe to say that it isn't been tailored for our own needs. It's again, becoming incredibly bureaucratic for small and medium-sized enterprises in particular. We can't resist the horrible asylum proposals that the government is bringing forward. And then across the whole Home Affairs field, there's all sorts of other issues that we could touch upon. We've lost out on really important European justice and police cooperation measures, databases, access to criminal records that our police used to use day in, day out. But I think it's barely resonated yet that we've lost all that, and our police face new challenges as a result. Do
you think the fact that we've been going through the pandemic and we've been in lockdown has perhaps disguised some of the effects because people haven't been travelling, they haven't been moving? Do you think that's had an impact on the people's realisation of what's been going on?
Absolutely. I think right across the field of Brexit, that is what has happened, whether it's trade and the economy. Some of the effects of Brexit have been masked by what's happened with the pandemic, but it's certainly true in terms of the migration. It'll only be when folks start wanting to travel abroad or emigrate abroad or to recruit from abroad that they realise, my goodness me, Brexit has made things a hell of a lot more difficult, and people might wake up to advantages of European Union membership that we previously took for granted. And hopefully we can use that to open people's eyes to the benefits of Scotland becoming an independent country again and being able to take advantage of those benefits once more.
I want to hone in for a few minutes on the immigration issue, because it's been a political hot potato across the UK, the whole of the UK, for a number of years. And in your view, what does immigration mean to Scotland?
Immigration makes us the country that we are today. I mean, obviously, in recent years, we've seen Syrian refugees arrive, various other refugees arrive. Over decades, we've had lots of migration in recent years from the European Union, further back from the Commonwealth. We've had Italian, Scots established here. We've had Irish immigration. So it makes us the country that we are today. And today, migrants make an absolutely massive contribution in terms of the work that they do, both in the private sector and in public services, and just in a cultural sense. They make us the country what we are. They just have new ideas, new ways of doing things, and absolutely the contribution that they make to the country is positive in every sense.
I know here in the Highlands we've seen a lot of positive impact from some of particularly the EU nationals that have come since we joined the European Union, bringing their young families, because we've traditionally suffered from the migration as opposed to immigration, people leaving, and obviously that sets in train a situation where you get an ageing population. But of course we've welcomed people from all over the world into the Highlands, and they've all seem to have made a positive contribution. But we do hear politicians elsewhere claiming that immigrants are a drain on costs and services. That's not really the case, is it?
There's no evidence of that. In fact, the evidence is absolutely to the contrary. As you know, the Scottish Government have published various research papers in recent years just showing the benefits that migrants in Scotland bring, including, the sort of bare numbers of the fact that they contribute billions extra in taxes than has to be spent in public services on them. But they also contribute towards economic growth per head, GDP per head, to productivity. And the UK government knows that itself, because before implementing its new system and ending free movement, asked its Migration Advisory Committee to do all sorts of really detailed research on this. And, they confirmed what pretty much 99% of previous studies had confirmed it is positive for a country to enjoy net in-migration.
And that financial figure was actually backed up by the Independent Office of the Budget Responsibility, who produced data from HMRC back in 2015 to show that EU nationals in particular paid £15.5 billion more in tax than they cost in tax credits and child benefits. So it kind of blows a hole in that argument that people coming here, particularly from the European Union, but I think this is also the case from elsewhere, because it tends to be younger people who work more and contribute more in tax. And even if they are at lower paid jobs, they're often allowing others to access more highly paid employment, which contributes more tax. It is a false argument, isn't it, to say that they're a drain?